Hello everyone, my name is Quinn Knight and welcome back to the channel, and I have a very special Fortnite video for you guys today where we'll be covering the 5 secret pro building strats to make you a Fortnite god. Have you ever wondered how professional players can outplay, outbuild, and outshoot everyone on their path? While setting aside the countless amount of hours they've put into the game, many of these professionals have top secret maneuvers that they can employ on the battlefield to put themselves yet another step above the rest. And after decades of hiding in bushes and researching their strategies, we can finally share with you what we found out. Number 5, the Mega Ramp. At our number 5 spot, we have the Mega Ramp, and if you played Fortnite at all, you're definitely familiar with the basics of ramp building. You can start with just a single ramp, move up to a ramp with a wall in front of it for extra support, then once you have that down, you can start working on the double ramp to offer more options when pushing, and finally from there we went to the double ramp with wall placements to offer even more support when coming for those pesky enemies. The majority of players stopped their ramp evolution there, but not the pros. The pros, they have taken it up a notch. Actually, they've taken it up several notches. They now have the Super Ultra Mega Ramp. That is definitely the official name for it. This ramp involves placing a ramp, then a floor, then a wall, and then you repeat that until you have the most terrifying looking ramp imaginable when you are getting rushed. Sure, this will eat your materials up very quickly, even more so after the materials nerf, but if you are a good player and you're good enough to build this ramp, you are probably not worrying about wasting materials as you collect them from the corpses of the players you've just annihilated after the ramp was built. This ramp is so complicated it will definitely take a while to develop the muscle memory to use it. I've personally really struggled to get this ramp down, but it is so rewarding when you finally master this strategy. The ramp offers 3 layers. In order to be shot down, you have to destroy all 3 layers from just one side, which gives you ample time to rush the intended target. If you can learn this strategy effectively and hit your shots after the push, you will come away with many tasty eliminations to collect their materials, so there is no harm done whatsoever. If you want to improve your rush game, this strat is definitely for you and will make getting shot down when rushing a thing of the past. Get in the game now and start practicing, you will not regret it. Number 4, the Peak Shot. At our number 4 spot, we have what many players are calling the peak shot, and we have all come across a player camped in a 1x1 fort that they painstakingly built, just watching and waiting for an unsuspecting victim to come walking into their line of sight so they can just pop up quickly and eliminate them with a spray of whatever broken bloomed out gun that they picked up on their travels. Now, most of us would think, well, that's fine, let's just let them shoot. They will have to pop up and I can get a quick snipe on them. Well, nowadays, not so much. The peak shot lets the player crouch and shoot so quickly there's basically no time for a sniper to reach them and have the bullet hit because of the long bullet travel time. The way it works is you build yourself a nice cozy 1x1, find the spot on your place ramp to peek over so you don't show your head when crouched, but when you stand allows you to shoot over the ramp without exposing your head seemingly at all, and then you can quickly crouch back down. You can see here that if done correctly, it's nearly impossible to get shot. Heck, if you do this strategy efficiently, you are basically behind a head glitch, and the only way to get shot is from someone who has the high ground. This strategy was so cheesy and so overused when it first was discovered that Epic had to nerf it by making first shot accuracy reset every single time someone crouched. But when they first put it in the game, the pros were so efficient at lasering unsuspecting victims that everyone was really grateful for a nerf. The majority of time Epic decides to nerf something, well, it's usually completely against what the majority of the community wants. They for sure got this one right as it was just way too overpowered. The addition of these stink grenades to the game somewhat limits this strat as the grenades force the player out of their 1x1, but if it's a true professional, they will already have gotten 3 or 4 solid shots on you before you even know it hit you and have a chance to react. This definitely takes some time to learn, but if done properly, you will be sending kids back to the lobby in no time, and learning it is probably in your best interest. It's not as good as it once was, but it's still very effective. Coming in at number 3, we have a new strategy to the Fortnite scene, and that is the false floor strat. This strategy allows you to be crouched in a 1x1 and quickly shoot directly through your newly placed floor, while the enemies are left to wonder if you're hacking. That is not what the best feature of this strategy is, however. The most important aspect of this technique is to learn the exact spot on your ramp that you need to be placed upon to not be sticking out and then place your floor. Once fully built, it looks like a perfectly normal floor to an outsider, but oh how wrong they are. If an enemy were to jump onto this floor, they would immediately fall through and you can shoot them into submission, attain all of their loot, and send them back to the lobby before their brains can even slightly comprehend what just happened. This strategy works best if you have 2 spike traps placed inside the 1x1 so that when they fall through, they instantly die. You can use 1 spike trap, but with a capped out damage of 150 per placed trap, you are leaving a lot to chance so that trap doesn't kill them and they either escape or kill you very quickly. This strategy is becoming more common in pro scrims as the last battles typically involve build battles after build battle, just sneaking in a trap kill every now and then, which is an easy way to turn the tides for a quick win. While it does take time to learn where to place the ramp and is very situational, specifically in its use, this strategy shouldn't be overlooked, and you definitely need to think of adding it to your bag of Fortnite tricks. Taking our number 2 spot is something you all have probably been killed by at some point, but never took the time to notice or understand what exactly just happened to you. I will give you a hint. It has to do with shotguns, the high ground, and dying extremely quickly. When in close range battles, the high ground can definitely mean the difference between life and death. Many players give up the high ground in order to get a quick shotgun blast or two off, and they find themselves on the ground level facing their opponents face to face. However, the pros caught on early that there is a much better way to do this. They are able to quickly get 2 shotgun shots off and then quickly place a ramp below them so they do not fall whatsoever. Some are even so good they can quickly edit the floor they just placed, get 2 more shots off, and then quickly reset the floor edit they just edited. Yes, it sounds super complicated, but let's just take a look at it in action. Now once you see this up close and it's being described to you, it may be triggering some bad flashbacks of this happening to you in your game, or maybe you're even a good enough player to do this to someone yourself. Personally, whenever I pull this off, there is a lot of button mashing, and I just never even feel like I've earned the kill, but once this strategy is mastered, it makes you an enemy to be feared. If you are someone who can pull this off on a regular basis, you more than likely are someone that most people would rather not face off, and rather not see running around in the games that they are in. This strategy is a must-have when you are on the battlefield and separates the great players from the professional players. Definitely take the time to learn this strategy, you will not be sorry. Number 1, the pyramid placement strategy. Well, the pros have done it again. This strat is relatively new to the common player, but there are some 300 IQ professionals who have been using this for weeks and maybe even months. When it comes to build battles, the high ground is absolutely key, as we discussed earlier. When caught off guard and built up on, the common strategy was to build a floor beneath you and quickly make a ramp to either side to continue building and doing this until you eventually reclaim the high ground. What the pyramid placement does is completely stop the enemy's momentum and ability to continue his push unless he pauses, backs up, places a floor, and places a ramp, and then continues his assault. Now for the average player, they're going to have no idea what happens and probably just build themselves into a 1x1 and hope you leave them alone. For the more seasoned players, they might be able to figure it out and just figure out what happened to them and continue their build, but by that time, you will already be above them, spraying down and sending them back to the lobby. Perfecting this strategy is a surefire way to improve your game and takes you to that next level of player development. This is the number 1 spot because it takes the longest time to learn, and you will have to be extremely precise in where you put your pyramid. It is also the best way to slow down a ramp push, and if there is one strategy you take away from this list, it should definitely be this one, as it will improve your game so drastically. That's our list for the video. What did you guys think? Did you agree? Did you disagree? Do you think there was something more that was just a lot more deserving of a spot on this list? If so, comment down below with your thoughts, tweet me at Q9Z to maybe make it into our next video, and be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to show your support. Turn on notifications, and we will see you very soon for another action-packed Fortnite video.
One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other.